Hello guys, it's Toni. I know I've been away for a while. I've been really busy working in my garden and trying to get my kids squared away for college this fall. But I want to get back to all the great requests that you guys have sent me. I got this message from Nancy. She said she needed help making tall centerpieces for a quinceañera. She needs about 25 of them, so she wants to spend between $8 and $10 each. She also wants the centerpieces to double to hold small appetizers and finger food, and she wants the guests to be able to take the centerpieces home. Her colors are royal blue and gold. So Nancy, here are a couple of inexpensive options that I think might work great for your event. For the first option, I'm using 3 round silver platters and 3 wine glasses that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm using royal blue because these are the theme colors for the party. For a strong hold, I like to use the Gorilla Glue epoxy to glue the pieces together. So starting with a silver plate at the bottom, I used epoxy and put some glue around the lip of the glass. I attached that upside down, made it perfectly centered, then glued the bottom of the first glass and attached the next platter, then the next glass. In the final glass, I glued right side up so that I could put a floral display in it. To make my floral topper, I'm using 1 blue bouquet of roses and a tap light from Dollar Tree. I'm pushing all the leaves up to the top and I'm cutting the stems very short on these roses. I'm going to use 3 of these roses to glue to the bottom of the tap light. I'm using the hot glue gun for this and making sure that I only get hot glue on the bottom of the tap light so that I can unscrew it when I have to put batteries in it. Now with the remaining 3 flowers on the bouquet, I want to cut the stems longer and make these sort of cascade down the side of the light. I'm just going to unscrew the bottom to make sure I don't accidentally hot glue it shut. And I'm going to hot glue this last rose and leaves on the side of the tap light just to completely cover it up. Now you can add some more flowers to this to make it prettier. I had these flowers already left over. These are larkspur and I got these from Dollar Tree also. I'm just going to add a few pieces right in the gaps where the leaves are to sort of cascade down with some of the other flowers. And I'm gluing these on the side of the tap light. You have to make sure not to glue too close to the top and cover up the opening so you can still unscrew it. Now since Nancy's theme color is blue and gold, I'm going to add in just a touch of gold to the roses. I'm using this gold beaded necklace from Dollar Tree and you can use 1 pack for all 25 of the displays. So what I'm doing is cutting individual beads, and with the hot glue gun I'm going to glue a bead right in the center of each rose. Then afterwards you can just tap the tap light on and put it on top of the first glass and have a nice little centerpiece display that can hold finger sandwiches. Now this option will cost you $6 each without the floral topper and $8 to $9 and some change with the light and flowers and everything you see here. Now this would be good for little sandwiches, but here's another option if you want to hold a lot more food. Now for this, I'm starting with a pizza pan and a clear platter. I'm using a pizza pan to make this more stable because this is going to be a bigger piece. And of course I'm using epoxy to glue everything together. First I'm going to glue the platter to the pizza pan and let that dry. In addition, I'm using 2 large, strong, clear acrylic bowls and 1 small acrylic bowl. I'm also using 3 clear stem blue flute glasses. All of these pieces I found at Dollar Tree. Next, I'm going to glue one of the large bowls to the top of the platter. Then I'm going to turn the other large bowl upside down and glue the bottom of the glass flute to the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to do that for this and the small bowl, and I'm going to make sure it's perfectly centered and let those dry. After those 3 parts are dry, I'm going to glue the pieces together. I'm going to turn the bowl and the flute for the second half of it right side up and glue the lip of the glass onto the bottom bowl. And then the flute that I attached to the smaller bowl on top of that. Then finally I'm gluing the last flute right side up right in the center of the small bowl. And when it dries, you'll have a piece that can hold a lot more food. I'm going to put these side by side so you can compare the two. The taller piece is a lot grander and it'll cost you $8 without the flowers. And look how pretty it is with the flower topper. With the flowers and light, it'll cost you $10 to $11 and some change. Now let's put some food in here and test it out. I was able to hold quite a bit of food in here. At the bottom I have lots of egg rolls, I have sandwiches, then I have tortilla chips and salsa at the top. Now for this you want to make sure you have all the heavy food at the bottom, and you want to try to fill up these bowls on the table rather than carrying the whole piece with the food to the table. Now I did carry this food from upstairs down to the table, but it gets a little wobbly since the piece is so tall, so just to be safe, fill it up on the table. But these should make really nice, dramatic, and functional centerpieces for your event. And since you want your guests to take these home at the end, these could have lots of different functions. I'm using this one in my closet to hold all my nail grooming items, and this one on my drawing table to hold a lot of my art supplies. And here's another idea. For the star of this party, you can make an extra special centerpiece made from real silver antique platters. I found all of these really nice silver pieces for less than $3 each at Goodwill. I polished them up with Wright silver cream until they've looked shiny and new. And if you use the epoxy glue to bind them all together, for less than $25 you can have a really expensive looking piece on your special girls table. So Nancy, I hope this gives you some great ideas for a beautiful quinceañera party. Follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Snapchat at Your Hustle Home and Your Hustle Home TV for daily home, food, and gardening tips.